problem for the Commissioner General. Samonate George is MP for Ningo Pram. Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much, Umar, and good evening to your listeners.
Good evening to you. Did you eventually get the answer?
Well, somewhat. He responded when we came back after about 90 minutes since I asked the question.
90 minutes?
Yes. From the time I asked the question to when he answered was about 90 minutes later. He responded that he turned 62 in October 2023, which means that he turned 60 in October 2021.
Why did you ask this question? What's the import and importance of this question?
Well, I had a number of follow-up questions that I was going to ask. And the chairman restricted me to only one follow-up question after we had gone on the break because he felt that it was beginning to get too embarrassing. And so he restricted me to only one question. But the reason I asked that question is because the Controller General, Commissioner General, had failed to get a contract for his extension of stay at work. Our public service laws, once you turn 60, you proceed on leave. Now, I know for a fact that the Commissioner General, since he turned 60 in October 2021, has not had a contract. In fact, this is not the first time I am raising this matter directly with the Commissioner General, drawing his attention to the fact that he is engaged in an illegality. He has persisted, and it is 2 years, 3 months since he turned 60. And he knew that was where I was going to. That's why he found it difficult to answer the most basic of questions. What is your date of birth? Or when did you turn 60?
So your intention was to expose what exactly? That he was working illegally?
To expose the fact that the finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, and working under the approval of President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia, have kept at post a man who has gone beyond 60 without any contract. And for the past 2 years, 3 months, the Commissioner General has been engaged in a number of dubious and unscrupulous contracts. And I can give you a few of them. First of all, the whole country knows about the $100 million SML contract. There is a second one which I will be breaking very soon. Let me break it on your station. It is about local revenue mobilization with a Ghanaian company, a Ghanaian-owned company called Axon Ghana, that is running that contract. The records show the work they have been doing in that space. The Commissioner General, because he has no contract, has literally, for want of a better phrase, I won't want to call him a puppet, but I find no other word, of Ken Ofori-Atta and the board chair, or TNJC, have simply decided that they are going to take that contract away from a Ghanaian company and give it to a crony Indian company of theirs called Tata. They themselves know that Tata has been involved in all kinds of challenges in Rwanda, in Zambia, and about 3 other African countries. They know. And the GRA management is against it. But because Reverend Dr. Amisha Dai is simply hanging there by a string because he has no legal basis to be there, he has become the headset man who is being used to carry out all of this illegality for Ken Ofori-Atta and the board chair of GRA at GRA. The former board chair of GRA, Professor Stephen Adai, has had cause to warn the president about what is going on. Professor Ransford Jampo has had cause to warn the president about what is going on. So this is not the first time this matter is being raised, but it's been 2 years. Senior citizens of this land have warned the president. The president has turned a deaf ear, meaning the president himself endorses the illegality and corruption going on at the GRA, which is being spearheaded by the finance minister, and Reverend Dr. Amisha Dai is being used as a puppet to execute those deals for them. And you know, Umaru, why this is even more ironic is that the immediate past Commissioner General was Mr. Kofi Nti. Mr. Kofi Nti had a 4-year contract. 2.5 years into his contract, he turned 60. President Akufo-Addo terminated his contract. even though he had a year and a half, 18 more months on his contract, terminated it and said, go home. Because again, the president had, through the finance minister, notified Parliament that he was no longer going to be giving contract extensions to persons above the age of 60, except and unless their skill was scarce and in high demand. This was told to Parliament after the president hounded Mr. Yao Domlevo out of the audit service. So the Yao Domlevo, even when he had a whole year to go till he turned 60, hounded him out of office because Domlevo was fighting corruption. And in Ghana, when you fight corruption, corruption fights you. The president fought Domlevo and kicked him out. Kofi Nti was at post with a year and a half left. They kicked him out and brought in Reverend Amishadai. Colonel Damwa came in with Amishadai. Colonel Damwa turned 60 years. They kicked him out. So why have they kept Reverend Dr. Amishadai Owusu Amwa at post if it is not that he is facilitating the corruption that is going on, blatant stealing that is going on at the GRA? And Umaru, this must be a cause of worry for all of us.
Where are you going to push this to next? You're going to ask for some decision to be taken by Parliament?
I'm writing again I will write to the president. I've stated that this week I'm going to be writing officially to the president and will demand a response from him. But then I would be raising this with the Speaker as well when Parliament reconvenes on Tuesday. And drawing the attention of Mr. Speaker and the Finance Committee of Parliament to the fact that Mr. Amishadai must be rendered persona non grata before the Finance and Public Accounts Committees of Parliament. We should not entertain someone who has no legal basis. If the government will not do the right thing, Parliament should not entertain the GRA anymore in Parliament.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's Amonate George, is NDC MP for Ningo Pram Pram. Let's speak to Austin Game. He's a labor analyst, and he also said